Hello everybody, and welcome to my quick look at Force of Nature. Force of Nature is a third-person sandbox survival fantasy adventure RPG with strategy and management elements. It was released on the 13th of December 2016 and is priced at £5.59. That's $7.99 on the Steam store page. It was developed and published by a company called A.Y.STD. So what is this game about? Force of Nature is an overhead third-person sandbox game which covers all the essential needs of a decent survival game with an added element of fantasy mixed in. You can gather and mine resources, craft weapons and clothes, build houses, laboratories and level up your character. The fantasy aspects of the game include some awesome creatures and interesting items for you to discover and defeat. I'm not going to cover them in this video because that's for you to discover and enjoy. I will advise though there is a part of the island with a forest nearby with a lovely tune playing that drew me in closer. When I got there it was freezing and I was losing health. I bet there was something awesome back there. With a helpful quest menu, it doesn't take long for you to get started, although some may find the game to be a little bit grindy in order to level up. This could also be seen though as a way to get you out fighting in the world rather than just crafting in your safe little home area, which I quite like. For example, in order to level up, sometimes it will require you to complete all the quests given, but other times it will need you to complete the given quests and then also have collected a number of coins which drop from goblins. How does the game run? The game itself runs great. I have saved the highest possible settings and I don't encounter any lag or drops in FPS. This game doesn't have the fanciest of graphics, but sometimes simple is nice too. Everyone always wants the best looking games. I myself have been eager to have my games look as good as possible. With this game, there is no need for fancy graphics because the game has enough content to keep me interested and engrossed that you simply forget the lack of fancy graphics. Game mechanics. Okay, so as stated previously, Force of Nature is an overhead third-person game. In the settings, there is an option to change the camera angle to a top-down view. However, I can't really see any difference between the two camera angles. When you start a new game, you will get a randomly generated world which will include 10 different zones within the map. Each zone contains different animals and plant life, and absolutely everything is destructible. I only wish you could terraform the world and make paths down steep hills rather than having to find another way down. In Force of Nature you can tame animals using nets. Unfortunately, being able to tame them takes precision and a bit of patience. There is a green line at the top of the screen which I think indicates where to throw the net, but I have aimed this directly at the animal in several ways. The net landed on them, but they always seem to run away and break the net. It seems a bit complex. I like the whole throwing a net idea, but I think it needs a bit more explanation on how it works. Now this game is great, but for some reason there is no way to run or sprint. When you press forward, your character does a light jog. You will begin to walk slowly if you have no stamina, but there is no way to run. Some animals like the fox or even the goblins, when you attack them, if you don't manage to kill them and leave a small amount of health, they will run away and you cannot chase them. You may not think this is a big issue, me neither. Now the major issue is when you have tamed something, for example say a pig. When leading the pig back to your main base, if you come into contact with wolves, goblins, bears or boars, they will attack your tame friend, who will run away. Can't say I blame them, I will too if I could run. But the mobs attacking will chase them and catch up. I can't. This means they're killing my pig while I'm still jogging half a mile back, still trying to catch up. It really doesn't make sense. One thing about the game I really do love is the fact that the game includes a mixture of farm animals and fantasy creatures. You don't normally see that in games, it's either one or the other. Replay value. I think the replay value depends on the player. I personally am a fan of survival games, and the whole fantasy aspect thrown in really appeals to me. So yeah, I would definitely play it again. How good is the game? Well, from this quick look, I think you can probably figure out that I'm really enjoying the game, and I think it is great. For the price, I think it is really worth a try. Is it worth the current asking price? Yeah, the amount of content you get for £5.59 is great. I would have been happy enough to pay probably around £15 for the game, and be happy that I got my money's worth. I have played several other survival games which have cost a lot more than this one, and they're garbage. So yeah, I really do think it is worth the current asking price. If you are interested in purchasing this game, you can find the Steam link in the description below. Also, go and check out my Force of Nature playlist. The link will also be in the description. So that is the end of today's quick look, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.